got it. We good?
Hope so.
We're here.
We're here.
Check,
We're family.
check.
This is really going to throw people for a loop.
Yeah, it is. They're going to be blindsided by reality.
I mean, here for that. Mm-hmm. You never know what's going to happen week to week.
That's right.
All right. So we're here for, I guess, the final episode for now.
Wow.
Until Blindsided by Reality.
Episode, the finale.
Yeah, at least of this
Not
chapter.
Series, but season finale.
Season finale until we find something else to.
The finale.
The finale.
You are
Bran.
Bran. I'm Dan. It's nice to meet you, sir. Yeah, it's good to meet you. Two-hand handshake. You also dead fished it. You did everything you could there. One more? Yeah. Oh, no. He did the thing where he curls his middle finger up. Have you ever had one of those handshakes?
No.
It's the worst feeling. Just
maybe we don't invite Bran back.
Maybe we don't invite Bran back. This is a serious program called Blindsided by Reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you two both host podcasts.
We do.
We do.
Yeah, that's so fun. You should, maybe meet up afterwards.
We should talk about it.
Maybe we will. Have you watched any of The Bachelor?
I haven't. Have you?
I haven't either.
Oh, crazy. Maybe we should do one on that.
Where do you live?
In downtown Greenville?
Aaron, you go. Aaron, what are we doing here?
I feel like you guys live close.
Yep.
It'd be easy to be friends. This doesn't work for anyone except for...
Hopefully there are a few people that we know each other out there.
Otherwise,
What if your audience on YouTube is completely different than our audience?
They've never listened to Deck the Hallmark.
It's 150 to 200 people who are like, I'm here for Bachelorette talk. I don't know who these guys are. I didn't know that they knew each other. So we know each other.
Yeah, best friends.
Yes. BFFs. And we're here for Bachelorette talk.
Yes.
Always. Mm-hmm. All right. So the way they used to do it was they would do a 2-hour finale, and then there would be a full hour special called After the Final Rose.
Ooh.
After the final
Rose, which at one
3 hours?
At one point, Jesse does call it ATFR.
After the final rose. I mean, it does save you a few syllables, I guess.
Yeah. But what they're doing is, and I think they started this a couple of seasons ago, but I haven't watched a full season, is it kicks off in the studio in LA.
Live.
Jesse, live audience. And they are basically watching the finale.
Okay.
And so interspersed in the finale, when one person goes home, we cut to the studio, we interview him, then we go back to the finale.
Oh, so after the final rose is kind of done not after the final rose. It's during the final rose.
Yeah. So
Nice.
DTFR.
Yeah. Which is why when I was watching it live, I was like, I think this might go till midnight because we're still in the finale.
Yeah.
And after the final rose is usually a full hour.
You didn't know it was DTFR.
I didn't know it was DTFR. So, yeah.
DTFR. It's just, look,
I just wasn't aware. No one told me.
No one was.
So we open up in the studio and they pan to all these faces in the crowd, which I'm gathering are people from Bachelor Nation. And I just haven't seen enough seasons to recognize them.
Now, when you say from Bachelor, these are people that have been on, like a contestant on Bachelor or Bachelorette.
They're all good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Made up.
Bachelor Nation. Anytime you had Nation name, I don't like it. I don't like it. No.
I did recognize Barb. She was Pilot Pete's, is Pilot Pete's mother. He was the Bachelor. Barb. So
Pilot Pete's mother, of course.
Yeah, so I recognized her, and then there were people in the crowd that I'm assuming, I don't know.
And they all got paid to show up and watch the finale of The Bachelorette.
Oh, for sure.
Paid.
Oh, for sure they did.
I think so. They got paid.
Or as
Bachelor
part of
Nation doesn't show up unless they get a check. And we know that.
I don't believe that for a second.
That's true. They're DTFR.
You get to be on TV? We're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they teased that, we're going to have a little meet and greet with Gary, who's going to be our Golden Bachelor in September. And they are going to announce the next Bachelor live on air.
Wow, let's go.
And Jesse says someone in this audience is going to date him, and she doesn't even know.
What?
Yep.
I don't think you can say that.
You can't.
You actually have to sign off on that.
Yeah. So what I gather, because that's all he says. So what I gather is several women applied, and they just haven't been told they were selected yet.
Okay. So technically dating. I see.
I got it. That's fine.
But what Jesse says, what I wrote down is contestant is in the audience, but she doesn't know.
Ooh.
And I put a little shocked face because I was like,
I don't know if I like that.
But as we went on, it made more sense.
I do want to be clear. In a group chat we have here at the office, you did give us your predictions before you watched it.
Yes.
And your prediction was that Charity and Dotton are going to get engaged.
Yes.
And that some guy named John is the next bachelor.
Yes.
Farmer
I
John.
was.
Farmer John.
I don't think he's a farmer.
Okay, well.
Banker John. I don't know who John is, but that was your prediction. You have all your notes from past episodes. You've not thrown those away, you monster.
Tickler John.
I will throw them away.
John. He's DTFR.
Yeah, he is. I found out that you can get paid to tickle people.
He is he's a data scientist.
A data scientist.
Data John.
Data John.
Data John. Scientist John.
That's what it would be called on The Bachelor.
Yeah. So that was my pick. I don't know. I feel like in the last couple episodes, she was making more progress with Joey.
Okay.
Joey.
But I feel like the way she's described Dawn as being like her person and their families just really mesh. And I was like, I'm just sticking to my gut where Joey seems to be ahead of the pack right now, but I
don't feel like you can say you're my person and then go with someone else.
Somebody else.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's just a lot.
I think a lot of it's editing. If you have that audio, you're right. They can try to edit it to make it look like other people are moving ahead. But
are you saying the folks editing The Bachelor Nation are not on the up and up?
They're not editing. The Bachelor Nation doesn't get edited. The Bachelor gets edited. Come on. They're not editing The Bachelor Nation. They're editing the show, The Bachelorette. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just kind of thinking, because
which is a part of
The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Which is a part of
Bachelor Nation.
Bachelor Nation.
Yeah. I was just thinking like Charity and Joey have been saying I love you now pretty consistently. And I just figured he would be too invested, like not over that relationship for him to be the Bachelor. That was my reasoning.
Okay. So they're saying I love you to each other back and forth. That's Joey and Charity.
Yeah. Joey has told Dotton and Joey that she loves both of them.
Joey has told Charity and
Charity has told Dotton and Joey both separately.
You
that
said
she's,
Joey.
whatever.
Joey
You
went
get
to
it.
Dotton and was like, I love you. I love you, Dotton. I love you,
Yeah.
Dotton.
They
You're
become
my
a
boy,
throuple
Blue.
and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was just my thought process, was that Joey would turn down The Bachelor and it would go to John.
He's so sad.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
sad.
'cause he's so sad.
He's in love.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I figured. But we'll see. All right. So we pick up. It had come down to the final three of Xavier, Dotton, and Joey.
But then Aaron shows back up.
Xavier gets sent home before the fantasy date. You got to go. And then Erin B flies into Fiji and is like, I still love you. And she's not mad about it. She thinks it's,
That's where we are right now.
That's where we are right now. So the last episode ended, no rose ceremony.
Erin B tracking her down.
Erin B tracking her down by the pool.
Does anyone know?
Yeah.
Does
Did I tell
anyone
you
know
about
where
that, Dan?
she is?
He was running around the hotel being like, has anyone seen Charity?
You seen Charity? You know The Bachelor? You guys
He's being followed by
he's
followed by cameras. And he's like, has anyone seen Charity?
Stupid.
And the staff's like, we cannot give out guest information.
All right. That wasn't staged at all.
Yeah, not staged.
Never edit Bachelor Nation.
No, all in the up and up. So they they talk. She's really happy he's here. They kiss, big ones. They decide to have dinner to kind of just see where things are. They have dinner, more kissing. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to think about it and I'll see you tomorrow at the rose ceremony.
So he just basically pitches like, hey, you should still choose me.
Like, we had a great chemistry. You weren't sure you wanted me to go home. So I think there's still something here.
Maybe he's the next Bachelor.
So
Aaron.
So then they're getting ready for the rose ceremony, and Charity's like, these guys are going to be so confused because it's not Xavier, it's Erin B, and they're not going to know what hit him.
Here to begin with.
Yeah, so they walk in, and Joey does do a whole take.
I'm sorry.
Aaron walks in.
I don't want to get us off track here, but all three of these dudes are in the same actual location when they propose to her.
They're all in Fiji.
But they're all like standing next to each other?
No.
Okay.
So we're not there yet.
Okay.
Not
We're
proposing
still
yet.
at the rose ceremony. Yeah.
I don't know.
we
Not a part
haven't
of Bachelor
done
Nation.
we
I'm
haven't
not
done the
DTFR.
fantasy suite rose ceremony yet.
Right.
So she hasn't officially gone from 3 to 2.
Okay.
She unofficially did it by sending Xavier home, but she didn't hand out roses to Dawn and Joey. So all 3 of them are in a room for this ceremony, and they're just kind of like, what is going on? And so she gives a rose to Joey.
She doesn't explain why Erin is there.
Not really.
Hey, this guy does not look like the guy we
I think
thought
she
would
kind of
look.
does a one little like, Xavier went home. Erin's here.
And they're like, all right, right on.
We just kind of rush by. We have things to cram in here.
She gives a rose to Joey first.
She gives a rose to Joey first. And then it's Dawn and Erin. And I kind of was like, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Like, is she, like, because at this point, if she hasn't sent Erin be home, like, maybe she is bringing him back.
All bets are off.
Like, I didn't know. And I just didn't see it coming. And then she's like, Erin, can we talk? And he's like, yeah.
Oh, boy.
And then they go outside and she's like, it's not you. And so I just bringing him into the rose ceremony was just so
Nobody
dumb.
asked you to come back, bro.
Like, whatever. Dotton gets the rose. Yay.
Yay,
Dotton.
Dotton.
So it's Dotton and Joey. The two we thought it would be.
It was a private send home for
Yeah,
Erin B.
it was just a waste of time. Then
She
we
really plays by her own rules.
But didn't she, the first time she let him go, she goes out and follows him and says something to him that's just like, why'd you do that?
Yeah. When she sent him home, she was like, I didn't know it was going to be you. I'm not sure sending you home is the... So that's kind of why he went, where he was like, you said you weren't sure you wanted to send me home.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm back.
So now I'm back.
Baby.
So then we go to the studio. We see Jesse. He is sitting there with Erin. Guess what? Erin's going to paradise.
Whoa! Going to paradise.
Erin's
So
going
you'll get to see
and
him
that
continue
is-
his journey. That airs in September.
And paradise is where?
Mexico.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Okay,
Yeah.
Mexico.
It's in
got it.
Mexico. They got a little mansion on the beach.
Got it.
Beachside mansion there.
Bunch
like
of,
road
bunch of
rules
good-looking folks.
and
It's like
MTV.
real world Bachelor Nation style.
I'm sure it's all on the up and up.
Yeah,
All on the
yeah,
up and
yeah,
up.
for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Nothing shady happening.
No. So if you want to see more Erin, tune in
No, I do.
Thursdays at 9.
I've seen.
Couldn't pick Erin out of the lineup right now. I couldn't, but
I want to see
I
more.
want to see more of them.
So you could pick him out of lineup. If you saw more of him, you
I
would.
would
I-
like
if
to
I-
be able
yes.
to.
To pick him
I
up.
would
Yeah,
love
yeah,
to be
yeah.
able
I
to
think
pick
it'd be a
Erin
good
be
party
out
trick.
of a lineup. Yes, for future in 2028. Which one of these is Erin B for The Bachelor?
You never know.
You don't know. You
gonna
don't
start
know.
Jeopardy,
quizzing
when
you.
we're on Jeopardy one day.
That's Erin B. So that's-
Yeah,
who is
not-
Erin
Who was
B?
Erin B?
Yeah, not Erin S. He went home earlier.
Yeah, Erin S. Can't.
So now we get to the part of the finale where the 2 men are going to meet Charity's family. So her parents and her sister are there in
Like
Fiji.
this should have happened earlier.
Yeah.
No, it's always down to the final 2.
Yeah. What do I know?
Who cares?
The
about
family
her
doesn't need to
family,
be
you
more
know?
than that.
That's true. They don't need to be more.
They said they clearly thought it was cool for her to go on the show as the Bachelorette. So at that point,
Yeah. The family, especially mom, does not love that Charity's just run around being like, I fully love these 2 men. The mom is like, you've got to know which one. And Charity's like, no, I love them both
I
equally.
get that.
I love them both equally.
Like, she's like,
that's
no, mom, I
tough.
can't
I don't
choose.
tough
I can't
spot.
choose. And the mom's like, you're going to have to choose. Like, that is what's going to have to happen.
That is the show.
So they meet Joey first, and the family is just smitten with Joey.
Who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be?
Wouldn't be.
Look at that guy.
Tennis
The mom
instructor,
is just
Hawaii.
watching him, and the same thing that I've noticed consistently throughout the season is when Joey's in a room with Charity, like he only has eyes for Charity. He makes eye contact when he talks, and when Charity is talking, he is just focused on her. And so the
Where's
mom,
Dotton looking? When
he's not.
Dotton's-
We're not there
Dotton's
yet.
just like-
No, but when he's talking to Chick,
Yeah.
is he just kind of like?
He's just like, whatever.
I don't know. Just I've always noticed Joey's eye contact.
Yeah.
So he gives good eye contact.
All right,
That's
Aaron.
irrefutable. I think that's irrefutable. That's nothing personal there. That's just objective
just
empirical
something I've
evidence is all that
noticed.
is.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed is his
His eye
eyes.
contact.
And so the mom just like gets it. She's like, Joey, I can feel this chemistry between you two. Like you light up when he walks into the room. Joey goes to talk to the sister, and he has a really good conversation with her. He wants to know if she has any concerns because he and Charity would be an interracial couple. So is there any concerns with him joining the family? And so they had this really nice conversation. And she was like, I really liked it. He just kind of came in and was like, I understand that this could be weird and hard, and let's talk about it.
Right.
So the family likes him. Mom thinks he could be the one.
Oh,
Wow.
sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was like, all right, well, like if the family's voting,
Family's all in.
family or fiance,
Yeah, different show.
Different show,
time.
but
yeah.
they'd be all aboard.
Aside
Joey.
from Uncle, what's his name? What Joe's uncle?
Oh,
who
Joe
was-
Uncle, yeah. So, well, he wasn't invited to Fiji.
Weren't on that episode.
No, but I heard about it.
Yep.
Then they meet Dotton, and I would say it goes fine, but you can tell the family is like, yeah, it was fine.
Ooh.
Underwhelmed by
They're
Dotton.
underwhelmed. They're like,
Seems like things are all turning the way of the Joey.
so the parent, the mom's like, you just light up when Joey walks into the room. She's like, you laugh a lot with Dotton, but you glow around Joey.
Glow.
Yes.
Find
And
somebody
then-
that makes you glow.
And then this is where I started to feel like Charity maybe knew what she wanted to do, because she gets real defensive of Dotton.
Ooh.
And I'm like, if you
That's
were
her
leaning,
person.
if you were leaning towards Joey and your whole family was on board with Joey, you'd be
just
like,
be like,
great,
yeah,
you made
yeah.
this decision for me.
That's right.
But they clearly prefer Joey, and she just keeps bringing up all these good things about Dotton and this and I was like, okay, so you prefer Dotton, but she's like, I still can't choose. Like, she really wants her family to make the decision for her,
But it sounds like they did.
and her family will not say, we think you should pick this person. The family is like, here are the good things about Dotton, here are the good things about Joey. This is what we observed about you with both men. Go make your decision. And Charity gets really mad at them because she wants them to basically make the decision for her. She's like, well, who would you choose? And her family's like, we're not playing this game. Like, I'm not going to influence your decision.
Well, they did influence. I mean, they did like.
They did, but
yeah,
she didn't pick up on it. So that's how that went. They,
So in between
Yeah.
these segments, they're cutting back to a live audience.
sometimes
Okay.
we get, while like something dramatic is happening on the screen, we get a little picture in picture of the audience. So something dramatic happens. We see some girl in the audience go,
What about like Erin B? Did they interview him after he was?
yeah, he does a little, after he gets sent home, he does a little interview about how are you
Is
feeling
he-
now?
Is he there?
Yeah, he's in studio.
Oh, he's
so
in
they
studio.
interview, he and Jesse do an interview. They talk about how he's going to be in Paradise. We get a little clip of him in Paradise.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dakota.
Yeah. So Dotton and Joey each get one more date with Charity. They have
Okay.
dinner. Joey frames, when they had one of their one-on-ones, they had a poem written for them. So Joey has that poem framed, gives it to her.
Man, just trying to get a proposal with a gift here, aren't we?
Dotton has a treasure map. I'm confused a little bit by it, but it's like a tray, and there's like a trail on the tray and different stops. There's
Did he light the edges on fire? Because that's
No.
what I did once for a project. I was
No.
supposed to make it look old.
Yeah.
the
So I
edges?
frayed the edges.
Yeah,
Thought that was
gift wise,
pretty cool.
Joey wins this gift, but the Dotton thing was cute.
It's cute.
I
It doesn't
guess
sound cute. It
Doesn't
sounds
they like
real
walked
stupid.
the treasure map like walked them through their journey on the show, and
Oh
there were
my
like
gosh.
pictures and stuff. But it was a lot
Does
of
he even once go R?
no. Yeah, it was. If you're gonna call it a treasure map, put in some more effort.
That's exactly right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Fray the edges
Come on, Dotton.
and go R.
Like you had a whole production team behind you. They could have done
It
something
was on
here,
a tray. You couldn't fray the
Like you
edges.
just-
I want to be very clear there.
Yeah.
Okay.
but you could have like weathered the tray or something.
Yeah, you could have weathered
Could
the
have
tray.
weathered it.
Yeah.
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 We all knew that.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And then really weird, like Charity starts to get, Dotton is the second date, and she starts to talk about like how nervous she is for, this next step. And she starts talking to Dotton about Joey, and Dotton's like, I don't love that. Like,
Yeah.
because she's like, well, there is someone else here, and I have feelings for him too. And so Dotton's like, we had a great date, and this is weird. Like, so it just ended on a weird note, in my opinion.
At this point, are Dotton and Joey just still hanging out? Like, are
No,
they-
they're in their own.
okay. So they don't have to like just be like, yeah, what's going on, bro? Like, and share.
Yeah, I don't think they're sharing rooms anymore.
Share like a studio apartment.
No, I think at this point they've
Back
been
to back
separated.
freeze frame.
Yeah. We do pan to Brayden in the audience in the studio in LA.
I know who that is.
He's
You
a
do too.
contestant from earlier in the season. He's got big earrings, a
Ooh.
big
Oh,
like
yeah.
cowboy hat. He's here for Paradise, sitting in the audience next to a girl that is also on Paradise.
Nice.
And they show a clip of them like talking. And so Jesse's like, "Woo, are you guys sitting next to each other for a reason?" I guess you have to watch to find out.
I guess you got to watch Bachelor in Paradise.
If they fall in love.
You got me. I'm going to be locked in.
Yeah. To be honest, like I liked Brayden on this season, did not recognize him in the audience. They panned to him. He's one of the people they panned to in the beginning. Did not pick up on it. It was Brayden.
Okay. There's Brayden. There
He's wearing like a pink button-down shirt with a vest and like a cowboy hat.
Get to Gare Bear.
Later. We packed a lot into the last hour.
Keep going. I'm just ready for Gary.
Yeah, this is why I kept texting you. I was like, I think this is going till midnight. Like
Don't act so bored.
We were dragging this out.
Just letting you know where I am.
We do the whole Neil Lane bit. He brings in a bunch of rings. Dotun and Joey each pick out a ring.
Neil Lane?
Is that a famous jeweler?
Yeah, I guess if you just watch The Bachelor, he's always the one that does the rings.
Neil Lane.
Neil Lane.
It's a Neil Lane situation.
Neil Lane bit.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's me
Neil
again.
Lane.
And there is some rule of if you stay engaged for X amount of time, you get to keep the ring. If not, it goes back to the show because the show pays for it.
Wow.
Well, you definitely stay engaged.
You stay engaged that
You
long,
sell
and then
that
you sell
sucker.
that sucker for money, of course.
Yeah.
Least you could do.
So now we are ready. Charity is at the proposal spot.
There's one proposal spot. Is that
There's
what they
one
call it?
proposal spot. So basically a limo will pull out. One person will get out. That person is the loser because she's going to send them home.
So
Wow.
whoever gets out first, you know, is the loser.
Yes.
She knows it. We know it. Everyone but Joey or Dotun knows it.
Yes. Joey and Dotun do not know.
If the other one has already been there or
Correct. The only time they have not done that bit was Jesse Palmer's season. The first girl to get out of the limo, he chose her, gives her the final rose. Then they put out a decoy rose. So when the second girl gets out of the limo, he sends her home. They were just trying to change it up because
That seems real mean.
yeah, they were trying
I
to
don't
change
know
it
why
up.
it's meaner, but it does seem meaner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember the girl got out the limo and I was so mad because it was my favorite.
Oh, it was a twist.
But then he chooses her.
Yeah.
Is he still with her to this day?
No, they didn't get engaged. He bought her a plane ticket to come visit him in New York, I think is where he was living. But they didn't stay together very long.
Oh, okay.
He is married now, but not
to someone from the show.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wasn't sure if maybe we were doing that bit again because Jesse's here and we've brought back a few of his bits from his season.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe it is. So anyway,
So a limo pulls up.
limo pulls up.
First out of the gate.
Who do you think?
She said Dotun was going to be propose, and they were going to get engaged. She said Dotun is her person. The fact that her parents are like, you glow around Joey, and she defends Dotun. It's got to be Dotun is the second one. So Joey the first one.
It is Joey.
Oh. Joey.
He gets
But good news for you, free for Erin's DMs now.
maybe.
Maybe. Is there a twist?
He is in love with Charity. He's not sliding into anyone's DMs right now.
Okay, all right. Got it. Fair.
Sure.
He,
Right.
I mean, I'm sure people are sliding into his DMs.
Yeah.
Whether he responds to them, that's, so Joey gets out of the limo. He looks very excited.
I'm sorry. So you were thinking that he was going to slide into your DMs?
He was going to
No.
see.
I'm saying
was gonna see
he's
this-
heartbroken, so he's not sliding into other people's DMs right now.
Right.
But if someone slides into his,
Early
he's,
in the show, she
Oh,
was
yeah. I wanted him to slide into my
She
DMs.
basically said,
Sorry.
if you're watching this on the YouTubes,
Joey, if you're watching,
I got it.
slide into my
yeah,
DMs.
Joey,
Got it.
Tanner,
Great.
You know, if you're watching, if somehow you find this YouTube video,
And know her full name and her Instagram
yeah,
handle.
did I put my Instagram handle? No, I did not. So the fate's got to really work hard here.
right.
You got to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
him work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
If he wanted to, he would.
That's right. It's that easy.
Did he?
Huh?
Did he?
I mean, I haven't. This hasn't aired yet, so I don't know. But he hasn't up till now. I'll
Stay
keep you. I'll
tuned.
keep you updated.
This is good.
Yeah. So he gets down there, confesses his love for Charity about how much this journey has meant to him, how like they're just gonna have the best life together.
Oh.
And then
Is she crying?
not yet.
Okay.
And then he, after he says his little bit, just immediately starts to like get down on one knee. And she's like, wait. And he was like, oh, are you not ready? Like it never even, I don't think it crossed his mind that it wasn't him.
Hold on. On Bachelorette seasons, the guy still proposes?
Yeah.
Yep.
But she's making the choice.
It's the patriarchy, Bran.
I'm sorry. I assumed
Get it
since
together.
it's her choice, she'd be the one to propose.
No,
it.
so they basically, so if they're, in my opinion, if they're mean, there have been some bachelorettes who let the loser go through an actual proposal, like get down on one knee and propose,
my gosh.
and then say, no, it's not you. And I hate that.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad form.
Like, if you know it's not them, I feel like they have to do the whole like confession thing, like, I love you. But to let them get down on one knee is
mean spirited.
Is mean.
Yeah.
Like, if you know it's not them, that's just a lot of emotional baggage to go through. So he immediately starts to get down on one knee, and she says, wait. And he goes, oh, are you not ready? And then she does this whole, I've really loved this journey with you.
Oh, boy.
I love you a whole lot.
The thing is,
but I love someone else more. And he's like, okay.
how's he take it?
I'm so happy
He,
for you.
in my opinion, takes it really well.
Classic Joey.
And he is emotional, but he is just like, all I want is for you to be happy. And if it's not me, like,
Man.
if you have found your happy ending, then that's
high
all we're
road
here.
Joey over
Like,
here.
just great, and he just handles it so well. She walks him back to the limo. He gets in there and he gets emotional in his little, camera confessional there in the limo. But he, again, is just like, yeah, I'm disappointed. I really saw our whole life together. But,
What a guy, though,
I'm
to not be
happy.
angry and to just be
Yeah.
like, I get it, I understand. This guy, above and beyond.
So,
Above and beyond, Joey.
yeah. And then Dotun gets out of the limo and he walks down there.
Looking good.
He does his whole thing. She tells him it's him.
Does he say R?
Does he get down on one knee?
He gets down on one knee. He proposes. Giant ring. He picked out
Well, I don't know if you know about Neil Lennon or Glennon or Sean Glennon or
Neil Lane.
Bill
Neil Lane.
Bill Fallon, whatever is Neil
Bill
Lane.
Fallon.
I don't know if you know about Neil Lane. He only goes,
Yeah,
Whew.
big ring.
It's not impressive. The ring is not impressive if you're not paying for it yourself, though. Like, it's just like, of course it's a big ring. Like, what would you, if you're getting a free ring, you wouldn't go in and be like, give me the small one.
Give me the smallest
You
one
have
you got.
like a smaller than, what's small, what's this big? What's this big?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no,
it's,
big
of
boy.
course.
Yeah, there have been a couple, like I think it's Jordan Rogers and JoJo. He bought Aaron Rodgers' brother.
Okay.
Um,
And JoJo?
From
and
Casey
JoJo.
and JoJo.
From Casey
From-
and JoJo.
What?
No.
Is it JoJo from Get Out Right Now?
No, not that JoJo. Just her name was JoJo. She was a
JoJo.
bachelorette.
Okay.
He ended up buying a ring on his own before they got married.
Okay.
All right.
Right
that's
on.
Like, this show gave us this for free, but like, I am committed to you. And so,
Didn't even need Steve
so
Flanagan.
off TV, he bought a ring. They did their own separate proposal without any cameras. So
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. So, but they do that. They kiss, and then she's like, "Hey, will you accept my final rose?" And he's like, "Of course." And it's so cute.
What if he said no?
Actually,
Actually.
then they are doing this little. They're holding hands, standing. You get the the ocean behind them. They're on this beautiful cliff in Fiji. And they're just talking about how excited they are to start their life together. And I'm looking at it, and Dotun, the one note I had for him on night one was that Dotun is tall. Charity is not that tall. And I'm watching them in this interview, and she is like just above his shoulder. And I'm like, she's standing on, like, she's
got to be standing on
something.
Yeah.
Like, and because it took me out of it, because I've seen her with him before and just with the other guys. I'm like, she's really short. And then you hear a producer go, "Charity, did you grow?" And then they pan down, and yeah, she's standing on a block.
Oh, okay. So it's a bit.
Glad we did that.
Yeah. They're ahead of They're just ahead of the game over there at ABC.
Yeah. So then we go.
Gary?
Not yet. Getting there. We're getting there. We go back to the studio with Jesse, and we're gonna talk to Charity and Dotun for the first time as a engaged couple.
Is Joey there?
Joey is there. We will talk to him in a second.
Just cheering him on.
And then
Good Joey impression.
they talk about how excited they are to like be in the real world and finally not have to hide this, relationship.
Yeah.
They've started wedding planning, but they really just kind of want to be a couple.
How long ago did they film this?
Around Easter.
Oh, okay. So like 5 months. 4 months. It's a long time. It's a long time to hide a relationship.
Yeah.
Oof.
On average, it's around 3 months
Okay.
between the ending and when the finale airs.
Have any of them ever accidentally let it slip?
I'm sure.
There have been times where like people have been spotted.
Did the person that you told me about that tries to leak information?
Reality Steve?
Was he right?
Steve.
I believe so,
Yeah.
but I didn't read the full article. I just saw a headline and immediately
Classic
swiped it.
reality Steve.
So we talked to them and whatever, and Jesse's like, and I've got a surprise for you after this commercial. And Charity's like freaking out. And I'm freaking out too, because a previous, I think Michelle was another Bachelorette. They gave her like $500,000. Like they gave her like,
oh my gosh,
her and the guy, they gave like, I don't remember what it was, but a huge sum of money to like put a down payment on a house together. So when they're like, we'll be right back, I was assuming like she's going to get a cash prize or like they're getting a trip to Greece.
That's it?
A vacation.
Oh my gosh.
So that was what we
and
waited.
They have to know what other contestants have gotten, right?
Well, yeah, they announced it on the After the Final Rose. Like she got a check. So it was a thing. And I was like, great. And then he goes, all right, and there's one more surprise for you, but Dotun does know this surprise. Oh. And so she's like freaking out. She's
having
like,
a baby.
Well, Jesse says that. Jesse's like, is there something you need to tell us? And Charity says, not that I'm aware of. And then Dotun tells her that she will be competing on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh!
So she's thrilled about that. It's so weird that the star of an ABC show is going to go be on an ABC show.
Wild.
Yeah, that's barely she just became it, like not actually a star.
It's pretty standard.
Seems self-serving.
So
I love that.
It's pretty standard for the Bachelor or Bachelorette.
So cool.
Yep. And now it's time for our new Bachelor.
Oh, but isn't Dancing with the Stars now on Disney Plus instead?
I think this one's airing on ABC again.
Oh, they brought it back.
Because yeah.
I mean, with Charity, you're not going to put that on streaming.
Yeah, no one liked the Disney Plus.
I think it was a bit of a failed experiment.
Yeah.
There it is.
So yeah, because it said at the bottom like Disney Plus, Hulu, and ABC.
Oh, okay.
So we'll
maybe
see.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere
and
everywhere.
Our new Bachelor is going to be
Joey.
So
John,
clearly, Jacob, Joey.
Yeah.
Schmidt. So clearly he's over it.
It was a weird timing because they interview him about like, all right, before Charity comes out, they have a little thing with him like, all right, you just got sent home. He has to watch the rejection. And he's like, yeah, I haven't seen that, obviously since it happened. So that was really tough to watch. He's emotional. And he's like, well, the love is still there. I think a part of me will always love Charity. And I'm like, okay, so he's healing. Like they kind of talk for a second where but he's clearly still emotional seeing her. Okay. And then he comes out and he's like, yep, gonna find. And I'm like, it just, I didn't love it.
Didn't love it.
I mean, he's the natural choice because I think America loves him.
America loves Joey.
Does America love Joey the most?
I think so.
America runs on Joey.
America runs on Joey.
True. Yeah,
interesting.
Duncan sold that to
BBC.
Joey. Yeah.
But it just feels like, are you really in the headspace? Like you thought you were getting married 4 months ago.
Dotun was a shock to most of America.
I don't think so. I do think people wanted him to be the next Bachelor. Okay. So I don't think anyone was upset that she didn't pick him.
Yeah.
I think America just kind of fell in love with him and they were like, we want him.
Fair.
I mean, it could have gone down to either one. I think but the way she had been around Dotun in the couple of weeks leading up to the finale, it just felt like it was him.
Just felt right.
Yeah, so we haven't started filming Joey's season. We did meet 4 women in the audience who could potentially be on his season.
Hello!
This is weird.
They say first 4 to hold up their hands, you're in.
And
you could be in, potentially, you said.
Potentially. 2 of them, one is from Hawaii, who now lives in Los Angeles. One of them is from New York, I believe.
Any from South Carolina?
No, 2 of them were on previous seasons. They're in Bachelor Nation already, and they're on Paradise. So I was like, I don't think they're going to be on Joey's season. I think this is just another plug for Paradise.
This is just
everything's a plug for Paradise.
But
has there ever been someone from Greenville, South Carolina?
There's been at least.
There's been South Carolina for sure. I'd have to be honest, I always would look for people from like Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Before I moved down here, I never really paid attention to Greenville.
We'll have to do the research, dive into Bachelor Nation a little bit more.
Yeah, dive in. Of course,
I think it'd be a real quick Google search. Yep. So Leia or Leah, I can't remember how you say
Leia?
it, from Hawaii. She's
Okay.
going to be competing on Joey's season. She comes down. They have a quick little meet and greet. She gets handed an envelope from Jesse.
Oh.
And so everyone's like, ooh, she gets a date card right out of the gate. And Jesse goes, not a date card. You cannot open this card until you are inside the mansion on the season.
What?
It will change the game.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what we're left with. And then we talk about Gary.
There have been 12 contestants from South Carolina on The Bachelor.
Sally Carson is from Greenville.
Sally
She was
Carson,
on season 26.
Brittany Taylor
And season
from
8 of Bachelor
Columbia,
in Paradise.
Nisha Norris from Anderson, Angela Amezqua. She's from Greenville.
Greenville.
2 from Greenville.
Nice.
All right.
Did it.
Represent.
Look at us.
You guys are doing it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
See?
And then I'll be on it.
There you
That's
go.
right.
No, so I don't know. I don't know. I was talking to someone the night after it aired, like right after it aired, and they were asking me if I was going to apply or if we should stick the double deckers on it to get me on the season. And I just don't think Joey's in an emotional place where I want to like get engaged to him. So I think he'll be
Really?
on. I
So
don't
big
know.
of you.
Wow.
I just watching him confess his love to Charity and then live Monday night say that he will always be in love with her.
Have you
I just don't know.
ever considered that none of that was real?
Or that love just takes time, Erin, and sometimes like it takes
You
time
say
to heal.
that you love someone?
Yeah, I do think it takes time to heal. So to jump right into
But he's not jumping right in.
It's been a couple months.
All right.
It's easier to get over somebody who you didn't who declined you.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Especially in a couple months.
All right, fine. I'll go fill out an application right now.
There we go.
Erin for Bachelor Nation.
You cannot have the time off though.
Where's Gary?
Oh, sorry.
Gary doesn't matter, Bran. We've already talked about Gary.
All right, so if the double deckers are listening to this, Dan told me to apply, but also told me my time off has been rejected. So I'm at an impasse here.
You'd make more money on there than you would here, right? Okay. There you go. It's easy. Just unpaid. You still have your job.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not being fired. I can come back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Just
Okay.
unpaid time
Put,
off.
It's like
put a
maternity
plug in
leave.
there.
Yeah. Like how you would treat a woman if she was pregnant.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Got it. We are
Of
above
course the
board
time
here.
off's paid. Listen,
we are above
if Erin
board
gets
here.
on the Bachelorette or the Bachelor, the time off is paid. I want to be very clear.
Well, it'd be
Before
like
anybody
free
sends any-
advertisement.
That's right.
Every
Everybody
date
sends
I
any
go on,
emails.
I just talk about Deck the Hallmark.
Maternity is unpaid though.
I want to. Yeah.
That on the record.
No, actually, that's not true here either. But in America,
Yeah, it's up in the air. Yeah. So Gary, Brand,
Gary.
have you seen any of the ads with Gary? Do you know about Gary?
Brian just stormed
He
off.
looks so pissed.
Like he was upset about something.
I have only seen a picture of Gary, and boy, is he a good-looking fellow.
I gotta
Okay.
look this guy up.
You do.
'cause
Okay. So I think Dan was on the episode where we met Gary. Dan was not impressed, so I can tell you about Gary.
Is he from Indianapolis?
Yeah.
And he had a wife of 40-some years, and she
He
passed
married
away.
his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
They had 2 kids. They retired. They bought their dream house.
And the house burned down with her in it.
2 weeks later, she got sick and she died
This
a month
guy's
later.
71.
So
How'd she die? She died of a
she was
sickness?
sick. She got sick. She wasn't feeling well, and so 2 weeks after they signed on their dream house, he took her into the hospital, and a month later, she had passed
See him
away.
again?
This guy's 71 years old.
It's all the pickleball he plays.
Yeah, it must be.
Good-looking
Sheesh,
guy.
71.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
This is going to be a very emotional.
it's gonna be emotional.
Has a bachelor ever come in with an already deceased?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just
Whatever,
show your pie hole.
But it is emotional. Yeah.
I want to
There's a
say
lot to
Gary
go.
is spelled Gerry. That's
Yeah.
That's Jerry. That's
but
not
they
Gary.
don't say Jerry.
Gary.
That's why it's a
Yeah,
park.
you're
It's a
right.
Parks and Rec bit, and I don't.
Gary
But
Boberry.
yeah, he is just so
Jerry.
sweet. He has a
Jerry.
sense of humor. He does bits, and I'm just ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready for him to
Jerry.
carry a whole
It
season.
might be the first season I watch.
Yeah, it'll be
I
great.
love old people falling in love.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
He did a practice. He did a practice
dude.
rose ceremony with his family where he was pretending to like remember names because they're like, "That's gonna be your biggest challenge." And so he's like, "Gertrude, will you accept this rose?"
That's great.
He's just doing this bit, and it's just I think it's gonna be
Funny,
exciting.
He's funny.
It's great. He's
Why do you
funny.
hate old people?
I don't. What? I don't.
Dan is ageist, and we can't help that.
I hate old people. I'm not
Pregnant
giving
women.
Erin, pregnant women. I'm not giving Erin
Hates
time off to
love.
go on The Bachelor.
Yeah,
Just all in all, a terrible person. I don't know what
as
you want
he-
from me.
know it. He's upfront about it.
Well, what
Yeah.
a great season of the show, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Even a better season of Blindsided by Reality.
I tell you what.
I mean, that's where.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. I definitely finished watching these 3 hours and wish that I had just watched a half hour of Blindsided by Reality and not 3 hours
Yeah,
of
that's
the
why we're
actual
here.
show. Because it could have been done in like, I think 1 hour tops.
When you hear
Of
your
course.
family.
Your
Yeah.
family, of course.
So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. And I don't know, if you have any suggestions,
Nice
let us
meeting you,
know.
Bran.
You two go fall in love.
But not me.